Welcome to TM2 Studios, where we are doing Dungeons and Dragons, Chains of Gallus edition.
No, we're not. Shut up.
That's the monster there off camera. So, yeah. This is how we play. There he is. Hello. Sticking his tongue at you.
He's going to cut that out.
Sorry, he cut that out on you guys. So, this is how we play Dungeons and Dragons. We're just going to run the recording. We may even swear. So, who the fuck knows? Yeah, no particular stream method, no big commercials or anything like that. If you like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate it. Other than that, grab your popcorn, sit down, hang out, and yeah, watch a bunch of nerds play some D&D.
Yeah. Okay. I did have a question for you guys today, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I had it on Sunday, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what? That's a good question to ask them. And if only I had a pen and paper to write it down. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this one. If adventuring and your class were not available to you as a character, what would your character be doing instead? Like what like it could be career choices, it could be like where you would find them, like if your rogue wasn't able to rogue, what would they be doing? Probably they'd be dead in a ditch after 5 years of taking whatever sood they could get their hands on, that kind of thing. What would your character be like without the adventuring goal or the adventuring class?
I'm so scared. I just completely have a mental image of where day one would be, and it's hilarious to me anyways. But you guys can go first. Let me think about it now. Anyone?
If adventuring was off the table,
If adventuring and your class were to take,
I got both of them. Hills would still be in the middle of the jungle. Hermit style, hiding from day one, like the mental image of day one, just lounging on the couch with servants and their fans while he's being fed. That's giant palace.
so a combination of hermits and a lack
Like
of
opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Literally.
Very much so, especially since both of them are pretty much from noble backgrounds.
Yes. Right? Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Clock would probably still be working at the job.
Clock would.
Yes, he would. Making little clocks, terrifying new people. Probably go on tour once he realized, how cute he was. He wouldn't make it very far.
The carnival sideshow act.
Yeah, he wouldn't make it very far.
Oh, I could actually see that in the circus, and so there's actually a portrait, a full body portrait, and it says the man-sized clock. And
You get to see that?
Yeah, I could. Oh, interesting. You can definitely tell, like, there's some. Yeah, there's some sort of little kid that is just like, it's all fake. I can see the strings.
Picks the kid up.
Uh-huh.
What about Leah and Jerry?
Mm. Hmm. I would say that Leah would still be in her hometown in her dad's library, just studying the world,
Kind of closed off to the rest of the world?
pretty much.
Okay. What about Jerry?
Jerry would likely be a member of the Crimson Permanent Assurance,
Oh, shoot.
if you remember that bit.
Yeah,
Just like Nationwide is on your side.
they're pretty much just a whole bunch of dark wizards that no, they're not dark wizards.
Keepers of knowledge and madness.
What's the name of this thing again?
The Crimson Permanent Assurance.
You'll have to explain.
Sure.
I'm probably
At the very beginning of the Monty Python's Meaning of Life,
okay.
there's a
Long time.
small bit that they do.
Mm-hmm.
You can look it up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Permanent Assurance, where they are basically sailing the corporate world ocean in a building and taking over other companies through what is no doubt piracy. Only instead of cannons, you've got file cabinets launching shelves at the other building.
Oh my god.
It's a
Would
corporate.
Jerry be a corporate raider?
A corporate raider, yeah.
Wow.
Just imagine Jerry with like a flintlock, just like, give me the books. What the damn spells? You know what I'm talking about. In the bag. Oh no, it would be finger gun. In the bag.
Holding them at umbrella point.
Spells. I see those scrolls on the wall. You think I'm stupid?
Watch the video. It's very funny.
Here's a question: do you guys have a NPC that you would like to know that if they didn't make that choice in life?
No, we didn't yell
What's a dragon?
Oh,
That's exactly what I was thinking. Get out of my head.
You are not related. Wait, oh, you are.
yeah, well, I'm okay
Oh, so
because I was gonna say tap
what's the dragon be doing right about now?
drinking on a beach.
Dragon wasn't a dragon.
So, Grok's whole thing was he tried to be a big shot when he was still a young Drake, and he messed with the wrong individual, meaning Tansis. And pretty much Tansis was just like, you know what? You work for me now. And, he pretty much strong-armed him into being that tower guardian because, and to Grellock, it was like, hey, I've got my treasure, which is pretty good for a dragon my age. I get to do absolutely nothing but blow my lightning every few days or something like this into a tower. Sure, I'm living it pretty good. Now, if that had not happened to Grellock, I would actually say that he would still have he would have still tried to make it big as like, I am your sovereign. I rule with an iron fist. And either two things would have happened. Either A, you would have succeeded, and there would be a whole part of the map that is just completely Storm Dragon related. Or two, he met again with the wrong adventurer and just ended up dead. And mounted on somebody's wall somewhere. Like
He's a rug.
yeah.
Like, imagine,
Like a little.
imagine if you would have pulled up to
The
Telma.
little ornament.
Oh,
Oh, you mean the head mounts?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it probably a bit of all of that. I don't think he would have made it to adulthood, so I want to say that either someone started mount like if it was a big adventure, it would just be like he's on someone's shoulder as a pauldron, or someone was decided I'm going to use this as my ale cup, that kind of thing. So
Drinking from the skull of your enemy.
exactly.
Yeah.
I just imagine Grellock pulling up to Telma. This other creature's coming and comes out. Get the hell off my property!
Yeah.
What is your problem?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Like I said, it all depends on the route that he would take from that spot. It was just happenstance and luck that he's just like, great, I'm under contract. Not contract. I'm basically under servitude with Tansis here. Well, he's a lazy SOB. Yeah, I will admit that right here, right now. He is a lazy son of a bitch that's whole thing was, how do I get what I want with the least amount of effort possible?
You literally got there.
No.
You got free room and board, and you're getting retainer from a adventuring party.
Yeah. I mean, and this is the thing about Tyrant, is that they don't necessarily want to kill everyone, because then who would actually serve them on hand and foot? And Grellock, he just wants to go immediately to the I want servants, I want glory, I want all of this, without having to do the work in between. That's
And here he is.
and if he were to actually flex, he could flex, but it would be like, oh, this small town, okay, there's no one here. Okay. Well, now I don't. Now no one's going to bow down to me. That kind of thing. He's like I said, he's a path of least resistance in chromatic dragon mentality. Best way I can describe it. So there you have it. So when we last left off with our party, you guys had just solved the Slod invasion situation. You made sure that everyone that was running the town had a means of detecting and understanding what this invasive species is. And within a few days, managed to pretty much take it from a very strict quarantine down to a minor scan and frisk kind of situation in this port town. With that said, you then met with the mayor, and the mayor tried to con you in the whole, like, hey, technically we didn't have a contract kind of thing, and through a bunch of intimidations, persuasions, and comments about we could just, like, reintroduce the this invasive species back into the world kind of thing, just with a quick use of that limbo staff, which is weird to say now. The mayor gave you the full package amount that was going to be offered to the contractors. You also went to Gray and got your fee for your caravan adventure, and you managed to level up before before planning your next adventure out to your first continent. Which one of these days I gotta remember where I put those names. That said, oh, I also forgot. You even contacted Nils, and Nils had his own rolling credits kind of moment with the continent.
Yes, tell us, Mike. What song plays as Nils goes off into the?
What's the
See, I imagine the Fern Gully and the Secret of Nim kind of songs.
No, it's like a soft rock and roll.
I might be wrong because it's been a long time. A long time since I've seen this movie. But has anybody seen *Romancing the Stone*?
Yes.
I've heard of it. I've never.
I believe there's an end where they're sailing away, and he's got the gem in the boot, and they're both on the boat. I forget
Hold on.
who the.
I'm trying to avoid copyright. I don't want to
thought
play
there
this.
was this end credit scene where they're
It looks
like sailing off together, but
I think I'm looking at the wrong movie because I see a big city.
I have it.
You have it?
Have the soundtrack for that movie.
That's how you do it.
Brothers.
Of course you do.
See, why would he not?
I mean, *Romancing the Stone* is a popular movie.
Was way back.
Yeah, it's still referenced to this day.
Kirk Douglas. Come on.
Yeah. I have not seen it. I will admit that. I
haven't seen it.
I have not.
Danny DeVito. Come on.
Danny DeVito's in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's this movie called?
*Romancing the Stone*.
There's a couple of them. The first one I thought was. Second one's okay, but I thought there was an end credit scene where they had gotten away with the stone because he kicked it off with his boot. That's it.
Now I can actually see everything. The sunset.
In the sunset,
Yeah.
he's got the boat
Just passing by
yes.
the other
Shots not pipe.
and I can actually see the spirit, just like running up to the ridge and just like, yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm also imagining.
That's it.
I'm also imagining because it's just outside of a jungle kind of thing that he's got these. He's got all of these like liqueured beverages and cocktail, just like.
Yeah, man.
You're welcome.
Well done. What's the song called?
End credits. Or end titles.
End titles. There you go.
It does sound very familiar to another song, and I thought, oh, I remember what I was thinking. It's like, is this the "Oh What a Night" song? And then it's like, nope, it's completely different. It just has a very similar rhythm.
See Nils just saying away.
Of course, the monkey steering the boat. There's some birds flying around.
You know, I don't say this just because it sounds really funny. One of the I'm making this canon. One of the spirits actually stowed away, and is just like
So it's
yeah. While Nils is sailing off on the ship, you just see like just above the rudder, just like one of the little spirits just like So remind me that if we have to come back to Nils, that there's going that he has not call it a companion yet, but
A little buddy.
he got a little stole.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. Companion spirit, buddy.
That's so yeah. You've got
It's
Good. It's an amazing choice, I must say.
bravo. So,
All right.
coming into it now.
there we go. That's hilarious. Thank you, Dean.
I had watched the movie and I was curious about the song they were playing while they were doing the dance scene. I'm like, I can't find it anywhere.
Music in that movie.
All right, let me hop on Amazon because Amazon has everything and see if I can find the soundtrack on CD. Order. Put it into my iTunes library because you never know.
Look at that.
Happens to be
And it might be necessary.
every cent.
Have you seen that? I'm like,
I have that soundtrack.
give me more.
I couldn't remember.
The end title credits. I'm like,
There was something that was like, I know I have that in there. Yeah. That's a good movie, man.
I've
yes.
never seen it.
If you watch it, it's just it's a romantic comedy movie.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito is so amazing.
He's hilarious, the man. Yeah.
When I first saw a reference to that, it was actually through Family Guy. They were
Oh, sure.
they were like, we now return to Romancing the Stone, and you know how Family Guy does it. They're like they just make it ludicrous. So it's like, oh great, we finally got the precious jewel. What are we gonna do? I'll hide it in my chin. You better get in there as well, just so that there's, just in case. And she just jumps into the cleft chin, and vanishes. Honestly, that was a horrible Kirk Douglas impersonation. But I was thinking of Crocodile Dundee at the time.
Sure.
It wasn't Kirk, it was his kid, Michael.
Oh, it was Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas is the romance.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas. It sounds something like this, doesn't it? This is Michael Douglas's voice. He has that weird monotone, but also it's higher level monotone. Like he's talking down to you. The Michael Douglas movie that I remember is the one where he's a angry middle management worker, and he basically goes ballistic and starts
Falling down.
falling down.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
another really movie we did.
it's
That is so dark too.
yeah.
But it's like, dude, I could fucking relate.
Combine that
I'm sure you could right now.
with the Cadillac Man, the Robin Williams one, where he's basically just making deals, and and he gets blamed for sleeping with someone's wife when in actuality it was his coworker. He's like, no, I did not screw your wife. I was screwing these 3 other women. But at the same time, it's just like, sure, I'll tell him that I'm the guy that screwed your wife. Maybe I can get him to lower his stuff and not hold us hostage anymore. That kind of thing. It was just like, funny enough, that's a Robin Williams life right there. Just like that's him when he's on coke. When he was on coke, just like all of these fucked up things kept on happening to me, and just. Like, oh man. Okay. So, going back into the game. So, you now have a plethora of wealth at your disposal. And we will say that you will not be able it will take you some time to get to find passage because the fishing boats just started opening.
Okay.
So it will take a couple of days of time before said traveling vessels and mercantile vessels re-enter the ports. If there is anything that the party would like to do with, let's say, 3 days of downtime, you can fast track that now, and we will. Or if there's something that you would like to do in game, we can role play it, or we can move forward from there.
Yes.
Yes.
I have it. Since Laya now has transport via plant,
Mm-hmm.
draw her a picture of the trees surrounding Tower Lock.
Ooh. Okay.
Or not surrounding it, but inside the arboretum.
Okay.
Menagerie.
The menagerie, yes. Bonus points, monster.
Menagerie.
So that way she can select a tree. We find a nice giant tree.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
little teleportation action to go visit Grellock and drop off his spoils.
Here I was thinking to myself, you know what? I should probably plan a whole bunch of sailing expedition stuff for the 2 weeks that they're going to take to get to Treble, and then the week that it's going to take them to get to the tower.
Leave it to me to just ruin that all that planning.
It was not necessarily fully planned out. I just first needed. I was just like, okay, first things first. Let's go over what kind of crew and captains they could possibly find. But
Thank you, Captain Laya.
It's Leah.
Leah.
yeah, it's Leah.
Leah.
lip notes.
Leah from now on.
That's not my name.
All right.
So, okay. That being said, I am going to need 2 things. First, it's if you're going to be the one illustrating the tree,
Yep.
I need at least a performance check from you. I know you're going to be using the quill.
Yep.
But this is more along the lines of no. Actually, we'll make it a knowledge nature in this case because you're recalling it.
Yep.
So what you're going to try and do is recall it to the best of your knowledge to telepathically send it to the quill to be like, this is the tree in question.
All right. Get Fantasy Grounds spun up here. All right. Your feet up. I'll still have to get him up to 4, but so you're saying knowledge or nature check?
Yep, knowledge nature. I need to pull up something. Doesn't anyone take the reincarnate spell?
And just because, I'm going to burn that heroic inspiration for advantage on that roll. And that is a 17.
17. Okay. I would say with the 17, you have a general image of the tree in question. It's not to detail. You at least have a scale and what the species and the like are like of the tree. So you could possibly get I'd say that would allow for a casual, a scene casually on the teleportation scale.
Okay.
Now from there, I do have, that would be if it were just normal teleportation to a regular spot and that kind of thing. Now, Leah, you're going to roll me percentile dice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing, if it's to a certain percentile, you may end up transporting everyone to a different location, or the spell may fizzle out. Treating it like this, because usually you with teleport via plants, you tend to have some sort of familiarity with the actual tree itself. That being said, people have found ways around that, and I'm actually wanting to see how this turns out. So we're going to be using the teleport rules on this. So roll me a percentile. I'll let you know right now. If anything below 43, there's going to be a mishap. Anything 44 to 53, you'll get within the area. From a 54 to 73, you will be off target. And if you make it 74 to 100, you'll manage to hit it on target.
Yeah, that's a 15.
That's a 15. Okay, that's considered a mishap. The spell's unpredictable magic results in a difficult journey. Each teleporting creature, or the target object, takes 3d10 force damage, and the DM rolls on the table where you wind up. Multiple mishaps can occur, dealing damage each time. So,
Like the first time going through the Stargate.
yep. So, 3d10. Monster.
Yep.
Let's have you roll those.
3d10.
Yep.
D10.
1, 2, 3.
Add them all together.
Yep.
All right, so that's a 10, a 9, and a 1, so 20.
Everybody take 20 points of damage.
My bad.
That's my bad.
Tink, tink, tink.
That's my bad.
And roll again for the teleportation. Percentile again. I will say that if it results into a second mishap, you will be
87.
Oh.
okay.
I'm going to warn you.
You want to get right in the middle.
Okay. So, from a narrative perspective, you find a nice large tree that's big enough to actually squeeze one of you in at a time. It splits open to reveal a spinning iris of energy, and
Go.
within 6 seconds, each of you goes in. And there is this unusual feeling as you are pushed into the roots and the network of this tree into the very planet itself. There is bombardment and chaos as you strike into the very ley lines and nexus of of this network of plants and energy. You managed to veer yourself, and as soon as you think you have found the right address, there is this moment of boom as you hit what feels like a large energy barrier. And your very essences, because you are not technically physical at this particular moment. You have become one with the ley lines. You actually feel it down to your very beings. But the flow keeps on continuing, and you find yourself in the current that leads you out into a large jungle area, very very similar to the jungle areas outside of Vestus.